right, we're on Parah, Parak Yud Mishnah Vav, 6th and the last Mishnah in the 10th chapter of Masechet Parah. I'll move myself over here. We're going to talk about Tumah and Tara of different kelim. So we're going to, in theory, I have a kli of chatat, and I have a kli of kodesh. So we're going to talk about if they touch, if I touch them, etc., etc. Says the Mishnah. Lagin shel chatat. If I have the kli of the chatat, lagin means it's holding the water of the korban chatat with the ashes. Ma'ay mekudashim. Shenaga b'shel kodesh shel truma. If it touched a lagin of kodesh or truma, okay, shel chatat tamei. So now imagine I'm not touching them because you'll see why if I touch them. But if one touches the other, if they touch each other, okay, remember that the chatat is a higher level, and so therefore if it touches something else that's not of its high level, it becomes tamei. Why? Because we said the kodesh u'truma tameim emetz chatat. Because kodesh and truma, this is, even though it's totally tahor, I could use it to eat my korban vis-a-vis the korban chatat, it's tamei. So when they touch, bad. Okay, tamei. V'shel kodesh v'shel truma tohorin, but the one of kodesh and truma are this one remains tahor. Why? Because chatat vis-a-vis it, it's tahor. But shnehem b'shtei yadav. If I'm now holding both of them in two of my hands, shnehem tamein. They are both tamei. So if they just touch each other and I'm not touching them, that's one thing. But if I'm holding both, they're both tamei. Why? So let's look at the Bartuda for a second. These are the following: shel chatat mishum dinaga b'shel truma biyado. So therefore, as soon as I hold up this thing of truma in my hands, so vis-a-vis the chatat, it's tamei. So my hand becomes tamei, my body becomes tamei, and then I'm holding this chatat. It transfers. The chatat is tamei. So that's what he says. Zagabeshel truma v'nitmu yadav. His hands become tamei. V'nitma gufo. His body becomes tamei. Mitamei mei chatat, and you're mitame the mei chatat. V'shel truma tamei. Mishum no say mei chatat. And the truma. Why is the truma tamei? This is tahor because I'm holding. Remember we said the person who carries the chatat, he is tamei. Right, the person who's moving the chatat, he's tamei. Now remember, we learned he's only tamei. He's not tamei vis-a-vis the chatat, but for everything else, he's tamei. So if I'm holding these two things, the touching of this makes this tamei, and the holding of this, and we're going to see why that's important, makes this tamei. Why is that important? Shnehem b'shnei niarot, shnehem tehorim. What if I'm not holding them? What if I don't hold them? I'm not holding them directly, but I'm holding them with tissues. I'm not actually touching them. So since I'm not touching this, I'm holding it with a tissue. Therefore, the tumah doesn't transfer from it to me for chatat. So therefore, this stays tamei. This stays tamei. This stays tahor. Excuse me, the chatat stays tahor. And similarly, why is the other one tahor even though I'm carrying it? Because since I'm holding this guy with a tissue, even though I'm carrying the second one, nonetheless, I am the carrying of it. I am tamei, but the tissue blocks me from making the truma one tamei. That's what the Bartundura says. Shnehem tehorim. Why are they two tehorim? Even though since I'm carrying this thing, I'm nosei mechat, I'm still tamei. Mikol makom truma tehora. The truma, the thing of truma is tahora. Why? Because I'm holding it there. There's blocking. I'm holding it with a piece of paper. Okay, that's why you have to pick things up with pieces of paper. Okay. Shel chatat b'niyar v'shel truma biyado shnehem tameim. If I hold the chatat with a piece of paper, but this one with my hand, then they're both tamei. They're both tamei. It makes sense. Why? Because since I'm touching this makes me tamei for the chatat, so the chatat is tamei. And remember, the chatat the point is not that I'm touching the chatat, but it's I'm holding it. So that I'm holding the chatat, it makes me tamei, and now there's nothing blocking because there's no paper here, so therefore both of them are tamein. If the other way around, shel truma biyado b'niyar, truma, I'm holding truma with paper, there's an intermediary, v'shel chatat biyado, and the chatat holding my hands, shnehem torim. Exactly the reason that I said. They're both tahor. Why? Because this can't make my hand tamei vis-a-vis the chatat, so this one's okay. And this, even though I'm holding it and it makes me tamei, I'm blocking with the paper. Shnehem torim. I hope that's clear. I'm trying to make it as clear as I can. Rabbi Yeshua says shel chatat tamei. And the chatat is always tamei. Why? The Bartuner says because Rabbi Yeshua holds. We said in Tosefta tahor lechatat sheisitit hamafteach. Remember we learned a few mishnah ago. If I'm tahor lechatat and I move something, any key, even if it's tahor, tamei. Why? Shema yishkach v'yasit et hadavar tamei. So remember, Rabbi Yeshua said that you can't move anything. You can't touch anything. Anything that you move, you're automatically tamei. So Rabbi Yeshua says, I don't care if you had a piece of paper, or I don't care if the truma was biniyar. You're moving something that's tahor. You're tamei anyway. That's why shechatat tamei. Everything is tamei. Hayu netunim al gabe haaretz. If they're on the ground, you're not picking them up. V'naga bahem, and you touch them. Meaning, now you can't see, but they're on the ground, and I touch both of them. Okay? Shel chatat tamei. Why? Because as soon as I touch the tahor, I can't really show you, but as soon as I touch the tahor one, and I'm touching the chatat one, so the tahor makes my whole body tamei, and the chatat is tamei. But remember, the tahor, shel kodev, shel truma, tahorim, the other way around is not true. Because the only way this can make me tamei is if I'm lifting, if I'm moving it. Okay, hisitan, if you move them again, Rabbi Yeshua metamei. Rabbi Yeshua says you're tamei because you're moving anything. You become tamei for chatan. V'chachamim mitaharim. Chachamim say tahor. All right, a little bit of a confusing Mishnah. I hope I explained it in a way that's special with my cool visual aids and tissues. And we'll dedicate our learning to memory of my father, Rav Simcha ben Yitzchak Kalman. Make it a good day. Make it a great day.